Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business. Hello, welcome to episode number 103 of Business Behind the Scene. Today, I wanted to let you guys know I'm recording a podcast before I go home early today because I've got a Book 'em to Scale 3-day workshop tomorrow for the next 3 days, and it's incredible. We've got over like 35 people coming along from all around Australia. We're going to do it online, and next year we're probably going to be able to do these events face to face, which is super exciting. So we'll see how the work turns out. We are going to do it off face-to-face or online, depends on what's happening in the world. But the intention is to run these events to still support our clients. And I remember when COVID happened, I was like, I'm just going to wait. And the clients telling me I'm going to wait. And I'm like, what if this continued for years, which it did. Thank goodness we were able to change everything and go from face-to-face to online, which people were like, what? How are you going to have people for 12 hours a day on a 3-day workshop? It's impossible. Nothing is impossible. When there's a will, there's a way. And that's what we did. So it's been really incredible. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys, I was thinking this weekend, look, I'm 39, I'm single. I don't have many friends in my area. I've got lots of friends that are about between 30 minutes to like 2 hours away. So it's like, I don't really get to go like, I'm free this afternoon, let's catch up. I don't have many friends that you can do that with. And I was like, I wonder how many other people feel the same way. And so I went on social media. And this is why I love social media. People are like begging social media so much and say that all this nasty thing about social media. And I'm like, you know what? Social media is the best. I was able to go into this local community group and I was like, hey guys, actually, I said, hey ladies, anybody else feeling like me? You're feeling like you get to the weekend and you didn't have time to organize anything, and now all of a sudden you have nothing on and all your friends live far away, so it's like hard to get organized and they've got something on, and so it doesn't work out. And I don't know you, but I'm Italian. We usually just go like, hey, are you free? Let's go, let's do something. And I don't have that here. So how can we make that happen? And anybody here is feeling to go for like a board game or go for a drink. I'm not big of a drinker, but I'll come for a coffee or for a juice or something like that, or walking the doggy or doing a doggy play date, whatever. It's anybody wanted to hang out. I did sound a little bit like a loser. I'm like, oh my gosh, who was going to reply to this? You wouldn't believe it. Over 60 comments. So many people that felt exactly the same way. It's just fascinating how many of us are lonely in nowadays world, and I want to change that. So watch out for what's going to come up, because I am sick and tired of seeing people that are alone and nobody does anything about it. So I'm going to change the status quo. Nobody's going to be alone ever again. So anyway, that's a little bit of what's happening in my private life. And what I'm talking about today is how actually not to be alone in business. It is literally very aligned, because so many people are trying to do everything on their own, and it's just not possible. I want to show you that as a business owner, for you to be able to scale your business, to take your business to the next level, we need to start to hire people. And I know that a lot of us cannot really afford people in Australia as when we first started the business. And thank goodness that I've gone overseas. I hire people in the Philippines, and because of that, then I was able to then scale it down and get people in Australia. It's been really amazing, because the people in the Philippines are now still working for me. So 7 years later, I still got them in my business. We now have 6 virtual assistants, and we have at the moment we have 3 staff members in Australia. So it's been really, really a growth, especially for me, because I went from doing everything by myself and wearing all these different hats and being like marketing and sales and admin and graphic designer and website and all of that. I was doing everything, to starting to delegate things and delegate responsibilities and let go. That's the hardest thing. Let go of like, yeah, my team can do this. I trust it. My team can do this. They can do it. Believe it, trust it, right? And it's been a journey, because I had to become a leader for me to be able to let go of the expectation and let go of everything. So it's been a journey, and I'm proudly going to tell you that we not only have 6 virtual assistants for ourselves in the Empowering Events company, but we have hired and trained over 100 virtual assistants for our clients. I am beyond excited about this number, 100. We've grown beyond 100, and now we have active 99 virtual assistants. We're needing one more to get to 100 active virtual assistants. What it means that 100 virtual assistants, 100 humans are working for our clients, which is bloody amazing. It's amazing because it's not only amazing for the clients, but it's amazing for the virtual assistant itself, because we're changing their lives. Like they're getting to work from home, they're getting to look after the family while they're working, and getting paid quite well for being in the Philippines. And it's just been like so beautiful to be able to be part of this change. And apparently my VA are saying that I'm famous in the virtual assistant, that lots of people know about us because we have 100 virtual assistants, which is so cute. I love it. So watch out, because we are expanding this part of the business. We are getting we're putting different things in place, and I'm beyond excited of what's coming up, what's going to happen. But for you as you're listening and you're going like, the first question that people ask me is like, what would I give to the virtual assistant? And so we've created a checklist of over 100 tasks that you can delegate to your virtual assistant, especially if you're in a small business. So if you want that, just email us at support@empoweringevents.com.au, and my team can send you that checklist with over 100 tasks that you can delegate to your virtual assistant, especially if you're a coach or you have a small business. So that's support@empoweringevents.com.au with the S at the end of events, and my beautiful virtual assistant Tina and Vine, they can send that to you across. So so that's something that we have created, because this big question that I get from everybody is like, what do I send them? What do I give them? I don't get it, Francesca. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many tasks that we can give. Like, for example, this podcast I had recorded, and my virtual assistant, my beautiful Vine, she does the cover, she does the show notes, and then I check them and I tweak them if I need to, but she's getting better and better and better at them every single time. So that takes less and less and less of my time. They do all my social media, they do all the graphics, they do all the websites, they do all the technology, they do all the automations, they do all the updating, the admin, the logistics behind an event, the promotion of an event, everything legit, customer service. They now teach to my clients, they run classes for my clients, and my clients love them. It's just incredible. Like, they just grow with your business. Like anything that you give someone in Australia, people find it fascinating, because they're like, what would I give them? What would you give someone if you were to hire someone here? What would you give them? Yeah, same thing. Exactly the same, right? So start from the easy tasks, right? Start to delegate tasks that are frivolous and you are repeating. Anything that you do more than once, you want to start to delegate, right? Anything that you do twice is like, that task is delegatable. Literally. I've got like I'm very good delegating. I'm actually that good that sometimes I'm wondering, like, am I lazy? Because I delegate everything. I don't know if you guys know, but I've got a cleaner. That does not just clean the house, but clean my office, clean my house, clean my car, clean my laundry. I don't do laundry. I don't clean the house. I don't clean the outside. I don't do the garden. Nothing. Everything is delegated. And then I've got a chef that does grocery shopping for me and cooks for me 7 days a week. And I delegate everything, because it's like, my time is invaluable. And the time that I've got free, I actually want to be free. So right now, as soon as I finish this, I'm going to be home and I'm going to be relaxing, because tomorrow I've got an amazing 3-day workshop that I'm running, and I want to be present, and I want to be there for my clients, and I want to be really being there. And so in order for me to be present for my team, for my clients, for my VAs, for my followers, for you guys, I need to delegate everything else that is taking space in my brain. So my brain can be here, can be present, can have space to study, to learn, to grow, so that I can be the best version of myself every single time. So that's why. So if you listen to this and you go like, oh my gosh, I would love to have a virtual assistant to delegate all of the things to a virtual assistant. And well, we find and train virtual assistants for our clients, and we deliver top-notch virtual assistants. So very, very, very cool stuff. And so if you are thinking like, okay, so if I have to get a virtual assistant, it means I need to start to delegate. And I know that our controlling brain, perfectionism is like, no. I was talking the other day with someone and they were like, no, Francesca, they can't do this part. I can do this little task, but this task is only me. I'm the only person that can do this task. I'm like, no. Any task is delegatable to your virtual assistant, because you, even if you don't know, you have a system for you to do what you do. You are very good at what you do, and whatever you're doing, you're following a system, because the brain cannot even do something without a system. Even if you're super creative, you're still following some sort of system and some sort of strategy. So all we need to do is to unpack what do you do, how you do it, what is the strategy, and how can we do it faster? How can we work out in a way that is going to be like, boom, super fast? We put the step in place and go, okay, out of 100 steps, I can give them to my virtual assistant 40 and I'll do the other 60. Still, if you just delegate 40% of the task, that is like still so much of your time saved. That means that you're going to be able to, spend your time in other things that are going to bring more clients, and for you to create more things that are going to be able to bring even more success into your business. So if you are listening to this and going like, oh my gosh, maybe I should have a virtual assistant, I really recommend that you don't do it by yourself. Like, think about, first and foremost, who do you need to become for you to be a leader? What do you need to let go? What do you need to let go of for you to become a good leader, a good boss? What do you need to learn? Who do you need to be? And then who do you need to surround yourself with? Because a lot of us trying to do it all. We do it all by ourselves. Right? I want to do everything by myself so that I don't have to, make mistakes. I can't stand other people making mistakes, so I'll do it, everything. But it's like when you do everything, you physically can't be everywhere. So it's really valuable for you to be able to start to let go and become that person that is like, okay, I'm going to show my team what to do. I'm going to help them to create procedures. We're going to do it together, and then I'm going to show them, and then I'm going to watch them do it, and then I'm going to let them do it. And then if they make mistakes, I'm going to be able to sit with them and say, okay, what happened in the procedure? What did you not do? What was not clear? And then you can fix it. And the next time you can watch them do it, and then they do it again by themselves, and then you're going to wish that they do it right. And if they don't, you're going to coach them again. But listen, short term, it might be more time consuming, but long term, the success that you'll be able to have when you delegating tasks that are so time consuming for you, it's going to be priceless for your business. It's all about learning how to work smarter, not harder. I don't want to do all the neat bits and pieces I don't want to do it. I mean, I read the book, The 4-Hour Week, and I am not there yet. Not there at the 4-hour week yet, but hey, I've been on holiday and I've done zero and my business continues. So it's like, how can I continue doing that? So there is more and more tasks that I can delegate, so that I can have more and more of a lifestyle and less stress about everything else. So if you guys are listening to this and go like, oh my gosh, okay, Francesca, you got me. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should start to look into a virtual assistant. Maybe I should start to do something like that. It's like what you need for you to manage a team remotely is putting yourself some systems in place. So having a bit of a structure around, okay, so if you want to post on your social media, we're going to have a spreadsheet and we're going to put all the posts in this one spreadsheet. So everything, all the systems we have it already created for our clients, and so that's why it's a lot easier for them to follow what we teach, right? What we do, so which is really exciting. But the question is like, what have you got? Have you got systems in place? Have you got procedures in place? Have you got anything that it's already created? And if you don't, okay, it's okay. Don't panic. You can do it together with your virtual assistant. You don't have to. You don't have to do it all now and then you're going to have a virtual assistant. Do it with them. That's the best way for them to also learn, right? Because then they're going to be like, oh, okay, so we're doing it together. So this is new for you too. This is fantastic. So they're going to be able to learn it rather than have everything created and then they have to study it by themselves, which is a lot harder. Most people learn by doing. So if you do the procedures with them, they're going to learn it because you're doing it with them. So very, very, very powerful stuff when you accept that you don't have to have everything ready for you to go out there and you know, have systems and delegate to your virtual assistant, but you can do it together with them. So we use Slack to communicate with our virtual assistant and have a little bit of a like it's literally a communication system tool that we use, and it's free of charge. So it's called Slack, S-L-A-C-K. We use Slack a lot, and it's very useful. We have divided all the different categories on departments. So we have the marketing team, the customer service team, and so on. And I was talking to someone the other day, and they were like, I don't have a department. It's like, it's me. And I'm like, no, listen, but everybody has a department. Like, even if you don't physically have a department, you do work on customer service, and then you work on sales, and then you work on marketing, and you work on strategy, and then you work on admin, and you work on logistics. You still do all those things, you just don't physically call it separate department. But it's time for you to do that because you're moving towards virtual assistants. Let's go, right? We need to know how to have a team. And so that's what we do in Slack. And then we have Asana for all the projects that we have ongoing and all the recurring projects. For example, each event is a project on our Asana. And so there's all the tasks in there that people need to do every time there is that type of project. So I don't have to answer 2,000 questions because I've got, again, 10 staff members, right? So I'll be like, if I didn't have procedures and systems and processes that following, I would answer millions of questions every single day. I don't because everything is already set up, right? And if it wasn't, I will do it with them. So the next time they have it all set up. So this is something that we, again, teach inside of our academies and we do for our virtual assistant business. It's called Empowered Virtual Assistant. And so all of that is done. And then we have Airtable. Airtable is like Excel on steroids. And we have all the reports and all the spreadsheets in there. And it's priceless for me to, look easily at like where are the clients at, what they have done, what they haven't done. I can see everything on Airtable. We've got spreadsheets for everything. We've got our social media in there. I've got literally right now I'm looking at Airtable because there is a list of what do I want to speak about today. It's all in my Airtable, and then I go in there right now. I'm gonna be like, yep, recorded episode number 103, it's done. And then I would look at December, and I've got all the episodes that I've got to record in December. And because I'm going on holiday, obviously in December for 4 weeks, I'm going to have to record 4 episodes before I go on holiday. And all of that, it's in my Airtable so that I can do that. So those are some of the strategies and tools that we use for our virtual assistants business so that we can be all on the same page. It's been a dream, and every single person that come into my office and they see how we work with virtual assistant, they're like, how do I do that? And so I'm very excited about this part of the business that is growing into doing virtual assistant for people that are not in my academy, which is really cool. All right, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed today, and I look forward to see you next week. And if you're in Brisbane and you listen to this, we have one last workshop for the end of the year. So I really hope that you guys can make it to that. And if you are not, we have one in 2022 online. So if you haven't been to one, you want to start your 2022 with a bang, you want to really learn how to scale your coaching business, then come along to that event. Again, email us at support@empoweringevents.com.au for you to get your hands on the 100 tasks that you can delegate your virtual assistant. And while you're there, ask as well for a ticket to my half-day workshop. And if you write it like that and you give us a review, I'll give you a free ticket. All right, guys, look forward to seeing you next week. Bye. Hey, if you enjoy listening to this podcast, then you have to come to check out our Facebook group, Workshop Secrets for Coaches. It's a community of over 9,500 coaches that are ready to boom their business by running workshops. They are stuck in one-on-one coaching and they're ready to start to go one-to-many. So if you are one of those coaches, then you have to join us. I look forward to see you there. And hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave me a review to win a ticket to one of my workshops. I look forward to see you there.